Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Subhra the Geek. I am your host, I am your host Subhra. So today we'll be talking about the programming language which you should learn in 2021 for three reasons, or the three programming language which you should learn for the following three reasons. The reasons are high employability, so that you get employed very fast. Second, you get paid very high, or you earn the maximum or the most. And third, if you want to start your own startup, then which language you should learn so that you can help yourself or you can hire less number of people to maximize your profit and make your startup to reach a new level. So, guys, today I have shortlisted them from different polls of Stack Overflow. I have taken some time for that, and I'll be showing all those polls out here in the next section. So, guys, without further ado, I am your host Shubro. You are watching Shubro the Geek. Let's start, shall we? So, guys, in my experience as a software programmer, as a data scientist, I have seen that there are few languages which are like used by most of the people, and I try to find out which were the most used by most of the people, and similarly, which language pays the maximum, and also if you want to start your own startup, which language you should prefer. So if you guys you are impatient and you don't want to wait for that long till the video finishes, so I have the insights of that. I'll be giving one language and one of the top languages, and as a second option, I'll be giving a backup so that you don't need to worry about only one language. Or if you don't like the first language, you can always go for the second language. But for the single languages which I am gonna give, they are, for the highest employability rate, it's JavaScript, and for a high payability, it's Go or Golang by Google, and finally for uh, you starting your own startup, the language which I would offer is again JavaScript. So guys, if you want to watch the whole video, you are welcome to do that. And if you want to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, that would help me a lot. Please give me a thumbs up, that would help the YouTube algorithm also. So, guys, without further ado, let's jump back to my computer screen and we'll talk from there. So, guys, the first out, which is the language which will help you to get the most employability. So you can see from the graph, this is a poll by Stack Overflow. It is topped by JavaScript at 67.7% market rate. So 67.7% of the people in the market are using JavaScript for their own purposes, and that's why it is one of the top languages which you should prefer for getting a good employment. And the second language which I would offer is Python, which occupies 44.1% of market share, and that's also true. Python is used by lots of data scientists, all the computer science guys. So Python is another way to go, where you can succeed a lot. So guys, you understood about the most used programming language in 2021 and which you should go for, so that you get a higher employability rate. And then the second base language, which is Python. Most of the companies use Python. So JavaScript is the coding language of the web, and web is something which all the companies has a single website or a multi website, so they use JavaScript for their code. And Python is the backend, and you can also do front end stuff with Django and Flask. uh, um, but most of it, Python is backend, and it helps with a lot of things. It comes with a lot of libraries actually, which helps in uh, doing your job much easier, much faster. So that was the to two languages which you should learn for your higher employability. Then let's jump on to the language which gives which pays the most actually. So let's see that. Let's again get back to my computer screen for that. So guys, as you can see, the top two languages which pays most are Perl and Scala. But I would tell you to go for Scala and Go, because Scala is mainly used for uh, Scala and Go at the same pace. They are mainly used for big data, Hadoop and all, which would help you a lot. Nowadays, companies are moving into Scala and Go, so you can shift from one another. That's a very good language to go for if you want to earn the maximum. It gives an average of $76,000 per year or $74,000 per year, which is the beginner mid-level one. But if you have a good experience in Scala or Go, you can have uh, sky's the limit, I would tell. But another language which I would also offer over here is Python. As you can see, Python is offering 59K per year, which is also very good. But if you see about JavaScript, it's about 53K if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 53K it offers. So choose your language. I would say is go for Scala, Go, or Python, and then you can obviously see about JavaScript over here. So that's the section on the language which pays the most. So let's talk about it. So guys, as you can see from the chart which I just showed, it's a poll from Stack Overflow. It shows clearly that Scala and Go are two of the most high paying languages, with Perl on the side. So Scala and Go are used mainly by companies for big data handling, for parallel programming. These are the things which companies uses for Scala, which company uses Scala or Go for. And then Python also gives a fair amount of share at 59K, which is quite good. And these lists which I have compiled is compiled on based how the how the market is or how the job is, and how you what is the learning curve in it. So I have based upon that. So I hope each and everyone would be easier for there to have a smooth learning curve, not a very steep one. So the next one we'll be talking about is the language which you should learn for having building your own startup. So let's again get back to my computer screen. So here, as you can see, the language which you should learn is JavaScript or Node.js or React.js, as you can see from the graph. And then I would tell you to go for Python, Django, and finally I would tell you to go for Flutter or Dart. That's a language. It's not shown over here because Flutter is in its initial stages, and it's a very good library, very powerful library, which is used for making hybrid applications. But yeah, JavaScript also tops over here, and I would go for Python, Django again, and Flutter. That's a Dart language. So let's talk about it. So guys, as you saw from the chart that JavaScript tops the list. Then after some there is Python and Flutter, or Dart is still not shown because it's in the initial stages and most of the people doesn't know or use Flutter or Dart. So I would tell you to go for JavaScript, and then if you have some backend stuff you can go for Python. So these are the things, and mainly I would tell you to go for JavaScript and Dart, because those are the two languages using which you can build hybrid applications. Give it Node.js or React.js you can use for JavaScript, and for Dart you can use Flutter. Those two are very powerful languages as well, used for UI UX designs and whatnot. So guys, as you can see, I have given you all the three departments, starting from the language which you should learn for higher employability, the language which you should learn for getting the maximum bang out of the buck, the language which you should learn for having yours or starting your own startup. So why I'm telling about JavaScript and Dart for having your own startup? Because uh, see, if you hire a single JavaScript guy or a single person who knows Dart, he can work for both front end and back end. So you are effectively cutting the cost of two people and bringing it to one. So that would help you a lot. And guys, now why I have talked about Python in most of the languages, because let's see which is the most favorite language of 2021 till 2021 till June of 2021. Since I'm recording it in July, I have taken the polls till June. So which is the most favorite language or till June of 2021. So let's see. I hope guys you have guessed it correctly. It's Python obviously, which comes at a market cap of 30%, which is the maximum of all. And then it is followed by JavaScript, which is at 18.5%, followed by Go, which is at 17.9%. Then TypeScript, which is the superset of JavaScript, comes at 17.0%. So guys, all these languages I don't know about Go, but Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript has a smooth learning curve, and you can start learning those languages. And then finally we have another language, like why Python is a fan favorite, why Python is my favorite. Because if you take any tech giant companies, say Google, Dropbox, Uber, Pinterest, then Spotify, Netflix, PayPal, Reddit, Snapchat, and many more, all uses Python as their language, because Python is a clear, powerful, object-oriented language comparable to Perl, Ruby, Scheme, or Java, and it supports all the functionalities, advanced functionalities with very ease. And also Python has a support of a huge community, a huge amount of people who are supporting Python, using Python, improving Python day by day, and Python is the way to go according to me. So I have taken Python, and I have started with Python a long ago, and I like Python a lot. So guys, that's it. We have seen which is the language which you should learn for uh, higher employability, then higher payment, higher bang for the buck, having your own startup, and why one language which is Python is so much popular and so much use. It's simple to use and it's simple to understand, and all the major platforms uses Python, but there are still few companies who are tech giants, but they refuse to move into Python. I don't know why, but yeah, that's a case. That's a scenario. So JavaScript is a safe option, but I love Python, and I would always vote for Python. So guys, I hope you understood each and everything from this video, and that's it for the day. I was your host Subhra, signing off.